everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 18, and it was titled 99 Problems and My Ex Is One. Alright, y'all. So I watched this show late last night, and after I finished watching it, I took my behind to sleep. I was so freaking tired. I was like, alright, I need to go in there and record. I was so tired. It was like maybe 1, 2 in the morning, and this episode was like over an hour long, and they was draining. They was just so draining. I was just like, I had to record it tomorrow because I am too tired to get them quality review. Because yeah, these people, child. Who we gonna start with today? Because let me tell you who I'm tired of. Okay, let's start with that. I am tired of Destinie and Shawn. I'm tired of Lindsay and Scott, and who else I'm tired of? And I hope they don't bring Tyrese back, because what's his purpose? He don't even have no purpose no more unless he get what child. I hope they don't bring him back. But I'm pretty much tired of Destinie and Shawn and Lindsay and Scott. So what we gonna do? We gonna start with Lindsay and Scott. We gonna just get them all out the way, child. All right, so it picked up where it left off with Lindsay and Chevelle all up in the attic and whatnot, or Molly Grace's potential room. But I don't understand why they just can't use the room that they got her in now. That's cute enough. Just put some stuff on the wall and whatnot and call it a day. But I guess that's not what they want to do. Anyway, Chevelle asking, does Scott know about their real relationship and all this other stuff? They start kissing and tonguing each other down and whatnot. And then Lindsay tells us that they met as friends. And then they got close real fast, and then it progressed into more than a friendship. So it progressed into a relationship. So, what Chevelle said, I was like, because she was like, well, does he know that you're my girlfriend and we've been girlfriends for 6 years? I said, wait a minute. That's present tense. Like, you still with this child? Like, come on now. She was like, well, I don't know. I don't think he would understand, like, because I don't know if I can tell him, like, this is my girlfriend, you're my boyfriend, but that doesn't mean that y'all two will sleep together and then you can't have sex with anyone else, but I can have a girlfriend and I'm not into monogamy. I was like, don't you think you should have opened up with that? Because Scott don't look like he the type that's going to be like, oh, okay, you can sleep with somebody else, but I can't. Now, he look like the type who would be like, all right, let's all join in on a threesome type thing, or a foursome, or a fivesome, or whatever some. He look like that type, okay? But he don't look like the type that you just want to be over here freaking some chick on, or even another dude, because she didn't say, like, her monogamy just stopped at, or her anti-monogamy stopped at just a female, so she could want to pick up another boyfriend or whatever. So you just never know with Lindsay. But he don't look like the type that's gonna be like, oh, okay, you got a girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, and we can do all this, because yeah, no. But she telling Chevelle that they are an unbreakable team. Chevelle worried because Lindsay trying to set down roots with Scott, because of course Scott got that money, and then she moving in her daughter with him. So she's scared that Lindsay got to make a choice. It's going to be Scott versus her. And what else happened? So then we see like a little scene where Lindsay was shopping for the house. Child, they ain't had nothing. I ain't realized. Like, every episode, I realize more and more how empty that damn house is. They ain't had no dressers. They ain't had no bed for the little girl. They ain't had, like, I was just like, what in the world? Now, the stainless steel appliances and the smart house and all that other stuff, that's something you don't really need. But, like, a dresser, a bed, like, come on now. Come on now, Scott. What the hell was you doing? Then we see Molly Grace, she moving in, she all excited and stuff. They showed the little room. Like I said, they had like the bed in there, and I think it had like a little picture on the wall. Why they can't just use that as her room? What's that child name? Lindsay act like the girl ain't had nowhere to go. I'm like, what in the world? So, and then why is she going in the attic? I still don't understand why the child is, what in I don't understand why the child bedroom gonna be in the attic, because the attic ain't look like it was all that roomy for people to be standing up. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was just basically for you to come in there, put some storage stuff in there, and then walk back out. Not for somebody to be sitting in there watching TV or reading, you know, it didn't look real comfortable for that little girl, but maybe it was bigger than what they showed us. I don't know. But at any rate, she happy. She hopes her mom don't go back to jail. Brenda is basically like, which is Lindsay mama. She basically like, look, this is a temporary thing. So if you cut up or act up or whatever, I'm right there to scoop her back up, because what we not finna do is mess up this little girl life. Lindsay like, oh, okay, I know. She like, look, if you have any troubles with parenting or anything like that, give me a call and stuff. So Brenda just hopes that Lindsay got herself all together and that they could set down some roots and be a little happy little family. But it seemed like she don't even know what the hell Lindsay got going on with this Terrible. I said, child. They sitting down on the couch. Scott was saying in his interview that he hopes that Lindsay don't reconnect with old friends and stuff and get back in trouble. Lindsay was saying like she just, what did she say? I forgot what she said. I don't even think that I wrote it down. But Molly, she just want to go on a trip. Scott, he says that he wants to take everything one day at a time and try to figure out what they want to do and stuff like that. Lindsay didn't look too excited when he said take one day at a time. But in his interview, he was saying like he wants to get married and stuff like that, but he still doesn't really know about Lindsay and stuff. But he seems to be getting along with the little girl, and he said that it brings some joy because his son passed away. He was playing video games with the little girl while she was outside talking to her mama. So I just hope Lindsay gets it together and figures out what the hell she gonna do, because she got this whole little girl in here getting close to this man, and I don't understand how people do that. Stop putting your kids in relationships that you don't even know is on solid ground. Like, that's just ridiculous to me. At the end, they did a little recap. What was the recap for them, child? 1 second, because it's on a different page. What was their recap? Oh, Lindsay was still lying, and Scott was still questioning her intentions, basically. That was their little thing. Who else we gonna jump to? Let's jump to Kristiana and John. So it's early morning, and John said Kristiana actually woke him up and was like, all right, it's time for me to go back to jail. So she's saying goodbye to the family and stuff. And this was like a real sad moment and everything. Everybody was crying. Everybody was all emotional because she going back to jail. She's scared that she going to be in jail and her mama going to pass away because her mom's sick. And her grandfather passed away while she was in jail. So she worried the same thing going to happen to her mama. I'm like, girl, you should have thought about all that before you started doing that crack cocaine and skipped the halfway house and ended up back in goddamn jail. But she said she agreed, but she said she ain't realized until after the fact, and because the drugs be having her on a different level where she can't really process and think about the things that she doing and all this other stuff. I was like, Lord. What else? The mama, she was all, I just want Kristiana to be here, because I was like, oh God, what is we doing? What is we doing? This is too much, and I am already in a fragile emotional state. I don't need to see y'all on here crying and stuff. But she said her biggest fear is that her daughter is death for her daughter, basically, and she's tired of her daughter being in and out of jail. John, he's stressed out because she going back to jail. He feel like he can do more, should have did more to keep her out of this situation, which I agree. You shouldn't have been leaving her little trails of money and all this other stuff. You should have just been keeping her motivated. You shouldn't have been trying to skip out on stuff, and instead of just going having her go look for jobs, you want to have romantical dates and consummate the wedding and all this other stuff. You wasn't focused on the right shit. Now I don't know, because if she wanted the drugs, she was going to get the drugs, okay? However, if she would have just stayed on the right path, because her visitations and stuff was cut off completely from him, based off of her actions by going out to lunch and all that other stuff. Had he been able to visit her more and keep her back on track and motivated, I don't think she probably would have went back to the crack cocaine. But that's just my speculation. I could be wrong. She, like I said, if she want them drugs, she gonna get them drugs regardless. But it could have went a different way. Anyway, they crying in the car. The sister went with John to drop Kristiana off back in Butte. So, they back there crying in the car. John in his interview, like, I want to cry, I want to tear up. Well, he was tearing up and crying, I should say. But, he said he got to be strong for her, because if he breaks down and cries, then he can't be the strong one for them and all this other stuff. So it was like a real touching moment. But I just hope Kristiana gets her life right. Like, she seems like she wants to get her life right, and she seems like she wants to be on the right track, but she just don't know how. She said that she feel like she doing a life sentence because every time she fall off, she go back to jail, and then it's the cycle. It's the same cycle. So she just hopes that she gets on the right path. John vaping hard. I said, I wonder if he got CBD oil in that vape. But what's in that vape? Because he be vaping harder than goddamn Angela be smoking them cigarettes. So they walk her to the jail. They walking slow. They vaping and smoking. He's deeply in love with Kristiana. What else happens, child? And then she went into the jail and she was like, well, my name is Kristiana Beep. I'm here to turn myself in. Why they say, well, welcome back? I said, oh, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. The system don't give two shits. That's fucked up. Their story was at the end. What was the child? Let me get to it. I should have put it underneath that thing. Kristiana has 11 months to serve. So she gonna serve 11 months. She was like on a little video call with John. She got 11 months to serve, and it said John is planning his next ceremony for her release. I was like, I hope they joking. I hope they joking. But the thing that killed me was John giving her souvenirs and trinkets to take to jail. Sir, you've been in jail. You know she can't handle. He's trying to give her some little pouch and stuff and the ring. I say that you know damn well she's not going to be able to take that back into the holding cell or whatever with her. Like, why would you even give her that? I was just like, talking about something. Well, just tell them it's part of your Native American religion and stuff. They're going to be like, oh, okay, you'll get it when you released. I was just like, he is too much for me. Let's talk about Maurice and Jessica. Child, it's the wedding day. So, I don't know which room they picked because it looked like when they first walked in, they picked the blinged out room, but then at the end, they was getting married outside. So I don't know where they ended up picking, you know, the room and stuff. Because remember last episode or the episode before, they was picking a room or whatever. But this looked like this a different area. Her best friend shows up and whatever. She getting all glammed up, getting her makeup on. She all excited. She telling her friend Tiffany that, you know, I think my sister's coming. My mom talked to her. My mom told her that, you know, it was a baby on the way. So maybe they'll help repair some things and stuff. So she's all excited about that. And then we see Maurice. He at the cousin house, child. He got all the cousins, the aunties, the best friend, everybody there. His mama was there. So we finally meet the mama. Everybody was there. Jessica's dad came over, and he just came over just to see how everybody was doing, see how Maurice was doing and stuff. He was hugging the people and whatnot. It was real cute, and then it was like a little awkward silence, and then Maurice was like, you want to go outside and talk? So then they went outside, they talked, and Dad was real happy. Dad was happy about the moment. He was like, look, I'm releasing her to you. You got the paperwork now or whatever. I'm giving her into your care. You take care of her. What did he say? You taking on the payments now or something like that. It was cute. And then he was like, oh, okay, you trust me with your daughter? He was like, yes. I said, oh, this is real cute. Then the dad left and Maurice was like, all right, we right behind you. And child, why Maurice get all the way down? Oh no. Well, yeah. Why Maurice driving in the van or somebody's van with his best friend and his cousin, child? Why did he run out of gas? I said, now that should have been the first thing you checked before you got in the car, Maurice, to see if y'all had enough goddamn gas to get you to where you need to be at, which is your wedding. Child, the best friend get out the car. He running over there and stuff to the gas station and whatnot. Then we go back to Jessica. Jessica is in, she all glammed up. She looked real pretty and stuff. She looked real pretty. I like her way her dress fit her. She looked real nice. And her sister showed up. So she was real excited. And you could tell, like, she didn't know what to do, but she was excited to see her sister there. So she cleared the run, but the mama stayed. And it was like, the sister was like, well, I'm here. I'm here to see you get married and stuff. And it was just so, it was like awesome because she was excited. Her sister finally came after 4 freaking years to support her in her wedding and her marriage and stuff like that. So I thought that was real big. Maurice ended up calling Jessica, telling her that they ran out of gas. Of course, she pissed. She was like, these goddamn idiots that ran out of fucking gas. She mad, right? But the friend, like I said, he ran to get gas. The gas station must have been real close because he got it back fast because it was like 30 minutes before the wedding. And it didn't seem like he was all that late, but he was late. They fill up the van, they get there, whatever like that. Maurice is stressed out. The flower girl, she putting petals down while Maurice walking in getting changed. I said, now usually it's the lady who late, but it's him late, child. But they hurried up, they got all dressed up and stuff, and then Maurice come out with these little high water pants on. I said, Jesus. Dad went back to get Jessica. He was like, oh, you look so pretty. You ready for this? You sure? And she was like, yeah. They come down. The dad give her away, him and the mama. And Maurice was so giddy. He was just like so in awe. They both was looking at each other all romantically and stuff. The daddy over there crying. I said, Jesus. And then they married again. So everybody was all excited. He was saying like it's unbreakable and stuff. His mama happy for him. She was like, they married now, y'all. I was cracking up. Then they had the reception. It was real cute. They took like a little family pic. It was really cute. Like, it was really, really cute. Like I said, I hope Maurice stays on track and does the right thing. Like, because he's another one who seems like he is genuinely in love with Jessica. He seems like he genuinely wants to do the right thing and stay on the right path. Their ending was they had a little boy, which they named Malik. That baby looked just like him. And then it said that he paid back Jessica's dad. And then he got a job. So I was like, that right there just shows me that he wants to do right and he's going to stay on the right path. So I'm rooting for them. I'm really rooting for them. I think they're going to be like another Marcelino and Brittany. I think that's how their story will kind of go. Where they're going to have a whole bunch of children. And I think that's exactly how it's going to go. Let's get Dylan and Heather over with because they really wasn't a whole bunch. Child, he driving. It's been 2 months since he got out of prison. He said prison has changed his life for the better. He lives in somewhere in lower Chicago. The apartment looked real nice. He got his own place. I said, well, okay, Dylan. He said he got him a job. He doing marketing or something. He said he's still on parole. They do random drug tests and stuff like that. He working 6 to 7 days a week. And he says he's making more money than he made selling drugs. Or whatever. He was like, if I would have known I could have did this and not sold drugs, I'd have did this or whatever. So he's learning and he's doing the right thing and stuff. He looked like he came back from the grocery store. He was cooking up some steaks and stuff. And I was like, Lord Dylan, who is you cooking these steaks for, child? Because somebody knocked on the door. I was like, Lord, please don't tell me that crazy bitch. But it wasn't. It was his mama. His mama arrived and I was like, whoo, child. His mom was like, are you seeing somebody or whatever? He was like, well, no, I'm not seeing anybody right now. He said since Heather basically was like, we done, I'm over with, slide my phone through the crack, they haven't spoken. So he was saying like, he's like in this grieving process or whatever because she held him down. She was always there when he needed her. But she just wasn't the same. Like he said, he built all this with this person for 5 years. And then 2 days later, I mean, not 2 days, 2 days after he got out of prison, it was like night and day. So like they're over with or whatever, but he doesn't have any animosity towards her or anything like that. I saw, cause I'm in a Facebook group and they talk about like the reality shows and he has a fiance now. I'm not sure how long they've been dating and stuff like that, but he has clearly moved on. He is engaged to somebody, and I hope she is just right for him. What was it? Oh, then we saw crazy ass Heather. So she said she been focused on rebuilding her life. It looked like she doing some modeling thing because she was put on some black wig and then she was posing in like some little skimpy clothing and stuff like that, child. Her version of what happened is totally different than what we saw and what Dylan said, because she makes it seem like he was the one who changed and who was different, and like she said that it wasn't like the same passion, like nothing was the way that she thought it was going to be. Like he was acting distant, like, and I'm like, what? Did they leave out some footage? Because look, look, even if they left out some footage, okay, you can't make that shit up that she did. Like, that cannot be the editing. Like, that was crazy. So she said she was emotionally triggered by him, and she wished that she wasn't emotionally triggered by him. She said that he took advantage of her, and because he was calling her his wife while he was in prison and stuff, and then when he got out of prison, he just discarded her or whatever, and she kind of salty that she wasted her time, and she like, and ain't no way in hell that he gonna ever get a chance with me again. And I was like, girl, he don't want no chance with you. Like, what are you talking about? I know people be like, oh, editing and stuff like that, but like I said, you can't edit that shit. Like, you, what did we miss? Because I'm like, girl, you did that man a favor by acting crazy, because he don't need that in his life. I was just like, But their ending story was basically they looking for love with other people, pretty much. I was just like, what in the hell? Like, what, did we miss something? I just was like, ooh, what did y'all think about Dylan and Heather? When she started telling her, I was like, what? Okay, girl. Who else we got, child? Let me see. Oh, we got 2 people left. All right, what we gonna do? Because let's go. Because y'all know I'm saving the people that irritated me the most, which was Destinie and Shawn for last. Let's go with Q and Chevelle, child. So he on the couch. She's sleeping on the couch at his mama's house. And then this is the thing that got me too. Didn't the mama make it seem like he already had like a room and a place to stay at the house or whatever? But this man sleeping on the couch. You wanted him to come down to Texas so he could sleep on the couch. Oh, okay. Anyway, his mama waking him up and stuff. He get on the phone and call Chevelle up, and he wants to talk about what happened last night. And so she like, well, why was you lying? Like, what was going on about that? He apologizes for lying and stuff. Here go to mama. You all right? Like, you see he on the phone. Just be like, oh, I'm about to hit out. You fine. No, you want to make it known that you there and listening in. Like, go on now. He was just like, yeah, mom, I'm good. So she leaves. He says that he takes accountability for everything that went down, like he shouldn't have been lying, but he just feels like he's smothered in a relationship and stuff, like she got a hold on his throat and he just want to make the right decision or whatever. She says she understands that he finding himself because he been locked up for 12 years and whatnot, but she says she had her life on hold for 2 years. And I'm like, girl, he had his life on hold for 12. Like, come on now. But at any rate, she like, I had my life on hold for 2 years. I want to get married. And that's what I want to do. He like, look, you know I love you and stuff, but I'm not ready to get married right now. I'm just not ready. And I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing versus just telling you I want to get married and then we get married and then like what? So she basically tired of waiting. She said that he was getting like emotionally distant and all this other stuff. He tells us that he not ready, but he don't want to lose her. So he going to have to make a decision on what he want to do, but he hope it's the right decision, basically. He wanted to talk to Maila, and she was like, no, I think we just need to wait for you to talk to her until we figure out what decision we gonna make. I was like, girl, you should have figured that out before you invited him to live with you and invited that little girl in his life. Like, come on now, girl. Come on now. He was just like, well, okay, well, do you or whatever. So then we see Chevelle and her mama in this gold lipstick. Why does she think that look cute on her? I don't like that. That's not cute. But anyway, they want to talk. They baking cookies with the baby and stuff like that. And the mama want to talk about Q and his shenanigans and stuff. So Chevelle, here goes Chevelle. Go out there and play with something, baby. Don't go color something. She was like, oh, okay, but I want to go out here. She was like, okay, well, go ahead and do that. Go play. Why the damn, this the kitchen. This the dining room. This the baby in the dining room. She act like she was doing something. That baby can still hear everything you talking about. I was just like, oh my God. So let's pause for a second. Why Chevelle face look pale? She had two. What? Look, I only make. Let me slow down. The only makeup I use is mascara. So I know it's the color, you pick your color for your foundation and all that other good stuff, but she was way off with her foundation. Like, what was she looking at? Powder? Like, because her face and her neck and all that other, it ain't match. Like, what is going on with Chevelle? Somebody talk to me. I mean, at least her hair was done, and she ain't have on that high wig and stuff, but that makeup, girl, you and your mama. But anyway, she in there talking, and she basically like telling her mom what's going on and stuff, and how how Q was all in the pictures posed up with some girl on some date and stuff. I mean, that's not technically what happened, but that's what she perceived because of the picture, and the sister was being messy and stuff. And the mama like, oh no, you deserve better. And I know that mama and sister, they probably forced them to go on that date. And the mama was right, because that's a messy family. And the mama was right, or whatever. So, they talking, and she like, well, what you gonna do? Cause he out here using you, all that stuff you invested in this relationship, the car, the money, the clothes, like, what you gonna do or whatever. And Chevelle like, well, I just want him to be the same that he was when he was in jail and stuff. He was talking this one way, but then he come out, he's talking a whole different way. Like, I just want him to be the same. And the mama's like, well, I think you just need to throw in the towel and stuff. And she was like, well, I don't know. I'm just going to talk to him and whatever. Chevelle confused as usual or whatever. So we see Q, he in the airport. He got his little suitcase and stuff. He said his family was real sad, but he was missing Chevelle, and he wanted to talk to her, and he understands why she was, doing the things that she was doing. And he said if he has doubt, he's not going to settle for that or whatever. So he wants to surprise her because she doesn't even know that he's going to be coming back home or whatever. He ain't tell her nothing like that. He catching the Uber back home. So he says that Chevelle has all the qualities of being a wife, but he's just not ready right now to get married. And he wants her to know that he loves her, and he knows that she's waiting for her ring. And it sounded like he wanted to give her the ring, but that's not what quite happened. So he get all to the house. He knocking on the window and stuff. She in the living room with her mama and stuff. And they like, who that at the window? She all excited. They run outside. They hug him. The baby hug him. The mama like, okay, all right. He showed up. He came back. Okay. So, the mama like, all right, y'all, let's go to the park while they sitting here and talk, talk, or whatever. So, Chevelle, I was like in her interview, look, I talked all that shit, and then he just showed up or whatever like that. And I was wrong and whatnot. And then, she asked him, like, what made you come back? And he talking to her and stuff and telling her, like, how he was feeling and whatnot. And he was telling her, like, you deserve your ring. And I was like, oh, okay, he about to pop the question. Okay, Q, all right, I'm watching you. He was like, because, I want to marry you, and, but I'm just not ready. I want us to be in the right head space. I want us to be, on the same page and stuff. And she's just looking like, what? Like, she just can't believe, like, what is going on or whatever. And then, but she don't say that. She says she feels what he's saying. And, but in her interview, she like, well, I put my life on hold for 2.5 years. And she thought she was going to get her ring today, but she going to be patient for now. I said, girl, I don't think this man is going to marry you. Because if he really wanted to marry you, he would have asked you. He would have asked you to marry him. And then y'all could just work on what y'all was working on. At least you have like a ring on your finger. Because that's what it seemed like she want right now, is that commitment that he going to be with her and be beside her and stuff like that. But I don't think so. Because the ending said Q was still in Kansas with Chevelle, but no proposal. I said, girl, you ain't going to get that proposal. Keep waiting though. Keep waiting. So that was them. And let's get on to these dum-dums, child. Again, I'm so sick of Destinie and Shawn. So it picks up where it left off when they was in like this noisy ass restaurant and stuff. And Kelly, she gets up there and stuff, and she like, she can't believe that he's marrying somebody from prison and stuff. And she talking big stuff in her interview, talking about something. She Italian, and if Destinie step out of line, she gonna tear her up and all this other stuff. I was like, girl, bye. So first of all, Kelly looked at dusty as hell. Like, if you're gonna meet the other woman, at least spruce up. Put on like a cute top, some cute pants, a little cute shoe. Do your hair. Like, wash your face. Like, she looked dusty as hell. I'm not saying she got to put on no mascara or no bird wing lashes or nothing like that. But she could have looked way better than what the hell she looked like. Because she looked like she just rolled out of bed and just went into the restaurant. That's what she looked like. I was just like, ew, Kelly, come on now. Do better. Kelly sits down. Shawn want to let Kelly know what the rules is, or basically, or whatever. He was saying, look, I just want to set some boundaries, you know, because this is Destiny, and you know, we're in this relationship, and we can't be calling each other anymore. Like we can't be doing. I'm just gonna call my kids and stuff, and we're together, and it's disrespectful to her. So you know, I was like, Shawn, don't nobody believe you. Don't nobody believe you. You just saying this stuff because Destiny finna leave your ass. You don't believe what you saying yourself. Like, have some type of confidence and conviction to what you saying. Kelly was basically like, look, that ain't finna how it's gonna go down. Don't nobody care about your boundaries. I'm calling you to talk about our children, and that's how it's going to be. Here go Destiny. But I don't understand why you doing all that. Like, them kids is older. They could just call him himself. Kelly like, look here, bitch. I said, they living with me. It's finna be my rules. I don't care what you're saying. Look here. Look, listen. Let's talk about this. Let's not get all upset. Because she want to come at me all harsh and stuff. You need to check her. Like, she coming at me all rude and whatnot. Destiny like... I said, Lord, this is some... Destiny all in the interview talking about something. It's disrespectful. She don't understand why the kids just can't call him because they're old enough. I understand that. And child, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I understand what she's saying. And the kids, if they're not little or anything like that, they can pick up the phone if they have their own phone and talk to Shawn or whatever like that. The only time they need to be discussing something if it's like some visitation or like something happened to the children, something with school, medical, you know, stuff like that. Then Shawn and Kelly need to kind of talk. But if it's just for the kids to talk to their dad or see their dad or something like that, then, like, no. If it's sporting things and they need to link up or something, you know, stuff like that, then yeah. But, like, having full-on conversations about the children and all this other stuff when the kids can just relate stuff, like, no. But if it's something deep, like something going on with the kid or, you know, something like that, then okay. So, Kelly basically like, no. And here go Destiny. Well, we're getting married, so what about that? And, you know, it's my rules and stuff. And Kelly like, because she was stuck. She said they can get married or whatever. Or they was getting married or whatever. And, what else happened? So the whole time Destiny basically like, well, I'ma still beat your ass because it's me and all this other stuff, and I'ma still beat your ass. Kelly like, well, look, you're not finna be around my children. You went to prison, and he needs somebody who's regular and not someone who's a convict and all this other stuff. I said, child. And then so Shawn, well, look, this is how it's gonna be. I'm telling you, this is how it's gonna be. Like, we just need to not talk all the time, okay? And we just need to be talking about the children, and the kids need to just talk to me, okay? You didn't have any issue before, like we was talking before, and then none of your girlfriends had an issue. Well, I got a problem now, and you're not talking to him anymore, or I'm gonna beat your ass. I said, that's all she got to say. She gonna beat her ass. I said, come on now, Destiny, do better than that. But she doing all this rah stuff. And so Shawn is like, well, look, that's the rules. Like, look. And so Kelly like, well, bet. So what you're saying is you don't want to talk to your children no more. Got it. So don't call me. Don't call your kids. That's not what we finna do. And I'm like, Kelly, now you doing too much. You can't cut them kids out there daddy life because you hot and jealous because he ain't asked you to marry him after 12, 21. How many years they was together, child, and 500 kids later? Like, you can't be upset because he finally moved on to somebody else. And why is we fighting over Shawn? He must got some bomb D or something, child, because, ooh-wee. That's just gross. Anyway, Destiny was like, fuck it, tell her what it is, I'm out of here. She storms out. Shawn like, wait a minute, Destiny, don't leave. He following behind her like a lost puppy child. Destiny mad. She down there cussing him out. She's still like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, why would she get so upset about him not calling her no more? Like something else was going on. And he's like, well, Destiny calling her ugly and all this other stuff, and he's like, well, I don't know. I tried to tell her the rules and stuff. Yeah, but you didn't really. Like, I just need to cool down because I'm about to beat that bitch ass. Like, I really want to just, ooh, well, I'm so glad you composed. Just shut up. Okay. So then she was like, well, why you ain't asking why she getting so mad? Well, we can go back. No, just get in the car. Let's get in the car. So they speed off. She's still cussing them out and all this other stuff. And then he like, because she was like, well, I could just punch her in the face. And Shawn like, well, you should have. And I'd have supported you and stuff. I was like, Shawn, shut the fuck up. Kelly basically talking about something, well, she threatened me and I'm not having my kids around her and all this. I said, Kelly, you's a fool too. Like, I'm done with all of them, okay? Back at the house, she's still feeling some type of way. He's telling her, like, you know how I feel about you and stuff. And she like, well, you letting her run things or whatever. He trying to tell her something, child. She just kept cutting him off. And he was like, well, I love you. And I gave you the ring because I love you and I want to be with you and stuff. And she like, I don't give a fuck about that ring. I don't care. Because, like, if we together, then I don't care. We together for 2 months. If you calling her and texting her and all this other stuff, I will end this relationship. And she like, I'm about integrity and stuff. I said, integrity? Since when? Since this episode? Oh, okay, girl. He like, I just want to earn her trust back. I just want to earn her trust. And once everything kind of settles down and stuff, I'm just going to just have to let Kelly know. I said, see, there you go, Shawn. She just told you not to reach out to this woman and you trying to wait till the dust settles to reach back out to Kelly. I said, boy, bye. Destiny going to bathroom. She talking about some, she just feel like she just want to run. She feel like something suspicious is going on. But she hopes they can build a solid foundation. And then she took a pregnancy test, child. We don't know what the goddamn pregnancy test says because their end of story was basically Destiny is free and still gambling with Shawn money, of course. And Shawn keeps talking to Kelly. So he was still texting Kelly, child. But in the preview, because they showed the producer review long as hell, but the episode was long. Anyway, the preview for next week, child, because we getting the OGs and we getting the new dysfunctional people. I'm ready for it. Child, we ain't even gonna talk about John's sorry ass. If he don't leave freaking Lacey alone, what she looked like she couldn't even do it. Like, I watched the porn that she had put out there. It looked like she was dry and stuff. But anyway, let's talk about Destiny and Shawn. Because they showed a little snippet for what's coming on next week. And looked like she disappeared for 24 hours. And the pregnancy test that she took, because he was going through the drawers and stuff, he looked in the trash can. She done took the stick. So she must be pregnant and don't want to tell him. I said, child, this finna be a whole hot ass mess. And then he's still on the hook for the $50,000. I said, God damn. Child, next week fitting be popping. Okay, do you hear me? Or do you hear me? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Y'all let me know if y'all like this recap review by go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? It's about to be on and popping with Love After Lockup, okay? Each and every Friday. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.